Great. I'm Scott Callahan from the Statewide California Earthquake Center, and I'm going to be your moderator today. We have a jam-packed schedule, so I'm going to help to make sure that we keep things moving on time. Now I'm going to hand it over to Phil Maechling.
Thank you, Scott. And I'm going to share my screen and um, make sure you can see that. Is it my screen visible?
Looks good, Phil.
Okay. So welcome. My name is Philip Maechling. I'll be your host for much of today's session. Um, and there will be different hosts for other days during this workshop. So as we get started, on behalf of the workshop organizers, I'd like to welcome everyone to our computational seismology workshop. Thank you for joining us. All of us, the organizers here, have a deep interest in seismological research, and based on your participation, you share some of our interest in this type of work. We hope this workshop will introduce you to new types and methods for doing computational research. And by the time you complete, you'll leave with increased interest and enthusiasm for this type of work. We've designed the workshop to provide a balance of presentation material together with hands-on activities. And we hope these will introduce you to a wide variety of research computing programs and practices. So I want to point out or summarize the planned agenda for the workshop. There's 4 half-day sessions. On day 1, we're going to introduce you to open science and research computing for seismology. This will be some background about kind of current and modern seismological research practices. The hands-on exercises will show you how to access 2 types of commonly used observed seismological data, including ground motion waveforms and earthquake catalogs. And we'll also provide exercises on accessing seismological model data, including fault geometry data and seismic velocity data. On day 2, there'll be an introduction to the Quakeworx Science Gateway and how you can use that for research computing. Will provide an overview of the gateway, describe some of the cyber infrastructure that it uses, and show you how to log in and run science applications. During that session, we'll also provide an overview of the science applications that are currently available on the system. Day 3, we'll get into specific Earth science applications that are available through the gateway. On day 3, we'll discuss SciSol, which is a research application designed for simulating seismic wave propagation and dynamic rupture processes. And Tandem, which is a earthquake simulator that can simulate a sequence of earthquakes and aseismic slip, which allows it to capture the entire earthquake cycle. On day 4, we have 3 different research applications. Moose Farms, which is a fault and rupture mechanics simulation for simulating dynamic ruptures and other earthquake problems. We'll present USURF ETAS, which is an earthquake forecasting method for California that models on-fault renewal model statistics, elastic rebound with together with short-term aftershock probabilities, and by CSEP, which is a research application for studying and evaluating earthquake forecasts. So it'll be quite a packed seminar, but we're very glad you're here. The agenda has been designed to build in complexity. We're starting on day one with kind of foundational information, how to get access to open data, and and this is potentially useful when you're working with the research applications that are presented later in the workshop. Just as background, the this cyber training has its origins in a couple of previous or existing activities. One is the Quakeworx project, which is co-sponsor for this, and I'll briefly describe that in a moment. But also it builds on a cyber training for seismology workshop that was conducted in 2023. There's a link on this page, and the materials from that workshop are still available. So it could be of interest. So let's just, since Quakeworx, this is described as the Quakeworx kickoff project or workshop, want to mention what Quakeworx is. So Quakeworx project is a NSF award out of the Office of Advanced Cyber Infrastructure. It, the PI is Yehuda Ben Zion, with all of the co-PIs on the project are deeply involved in this workshop, including Alice Gabriel, Amit Charasia, and Ahmed Albana. This Quakeworx started in August 2023, and it's been under development since then. And it's a kind of long-ranging and long-term development activity. It's expected to continue until 2028. The goal of the Quakeworx project is really to enable access to state-of-the-art models of earthquake simulations. It's going to do this through making use of a science gateway or developing a science gateway. What users of the science gateway that will find that it provides access to state-of-the-art models. It can perform simulations at bridge scales, support data assimilation, and in later stages of the workshop or of the project, we anticipate developing and applying machine learning patterns. So the activity on Quakeworx so far has been development of the cyber infrastructure that it's based on that includes one science place, and the kind of integration installation of essential research applications. An important function for Quakeworx is to support training for seismological community, and this workshop is the first use of Quakeworx for training purposes. So we very much appreciate you working with us and trying out the system for that purpose. There have been contributions for this from a wide range of organizations listed here, and outstanding group of scientists and engineers and administrators that have helped make the workshop come together. Workshops like this introduce a deadline and due date. A lot of work gets done as the group prepares for this, and it's really been an outstanding effort from a lot of people to help us get ready for this workshop. Point out that for this workshop, all the participants are agreeing to abide by the SCEC activities code of conduct. can briefly be summarized as please treat all participants with respect, and the full details are listed there in the SCEC Code of Conduct.
You have 5 minutes, Phil.
Okay, thanks. So let me touch on some key logistics here for the workshop. We're using the Quakeworx URL, or the Quakeworx kickoff workshop page as the collection point for workshop materials. So we're updating the agenda there. And as we develop materials, that'll be the place where you can find them. So the presentations we expect to distribute, and recordings of the workshop, and potentially links to the software or data that has been used involved. So we want to use this Quakeworx webpage as the collection point. So if you have any questions, go back to that, and it should lead you to the information you're looking for. We're planning a combination of presentation and hands-on exercises. On the first day, for today, it only requires a web browser. We primarily tested with Google Chrome. On the exercise on the other days will require a Quakeworx login, and you should expect to receive an email with information on how to log into your Quakeworx account later today. So we open the Zoom at 8:45 and close at 12:30. The presentations will have, and exercise will have a moderator. Scott introduced himself. He'll be the moderator. He'll keep us on time and on schedule. During the presentations, we'll use the chat and if you have questions. So if you have questions, please post it in the chat. You can also raise your hand, use the hand option, and we have one of the workshop participants monitoring the chat, and they'll advise the speaker. We plan to record the sessions, and also are interested in making use of the Zoom AI companion, which can generate a summary. And if they turn out to be useful, we'll post those along with the other workshop materials. Quakeworx account will be active for 30 days after the workshop. But after that time, if you have any files that you want to save, you'll need to retrieve them and download them. We want an inclusive, positive environment. And there's a link for during the workshop or afterwards, if there are questions come up, this software at scec.org can serve as a way you can contact us. So here's acknowledgement to our sponsors, our funding, including SCEC, and then SCEC is supported by NSF and USGS, and the Quakeworx is supported through a number of OAC, NSF, Office of Advanced Cyber Infrastructure grants. So that's kind of an introduction or an overview of the plans. And so now we're ready to move on to the actual content.